Adoma, welcome back to my channel, guys. Before I start working on my Lexus, please help me subscribe to my channel, click that bell notification so every time I have a new video you guys will be updated. But today I'm working on the rear shocks for my Lexus. So right now the rear left side is sagging a lot. The shocks are really bad, and every time when I go through bumps it makes a lot of noise. And let me show you for the back here, the gap. I have a two-finger gap here, right there, two-finger gap. And then for the right side, I have about three-finger gap. There you go. You guys can see on the right side it's still good, but on the left side it's only two-finger gap. Cannot put three-finger. Cannot. This is two-finger gap right there. For these shocks, I bought this one used. This is the Monroe brand from O'Reilly. That's the part number. I bought it off of a guy from Facebook Marketplace. Each one aftermarket new, they're going for 200 bucks each. And then the guy, he had to bring it to the shop for them to mount it into the new shocks. And these, I believe, at the shop they would do it for around 60 bucks, 70 bucks for both. That's if you don't have the tool at home to compress the spring and to take the shock out. So each new one aftermarket going for 200 bucks each. And if you're going with OEM, Toyota or Lexus, could be more. I bought these 100 bucks for both. Pretty good price. He had about 1,000 miles on it, so still good. Now, first thing, you're gonna remove the cover. So there's a clip right here. You're gonna press on both the two tab right here. You can press it, press on both sides, pull it down, and then you can just pull it off here. You're gonna unclip your trunk light right here. Move this to the side, and I believe you can get to this one. Let me get the light in here so you can get to that one. Move this out of the way, and then you can just pop this off, and there you go. You can see your shock, the 3 bolts. Let me shine the light here. So that's the shock right there. You're not gonna remove this, okay? This is the shock, but you're gonna move the mount bolt, the 3 right here. 1, 2, 3. That's the 3 right there. Same thing you're gonna do on this side. Same thing. Just gonna remove the cover, and then you're gonna see the 3 mount bolt right there. Now next, what you're gonna do is you're gonna take out your fender cover bolt, the 310 millimeter. You can take them all off if you want, but I just take 3 out, and I have enough room. So there's 1, 2, and 3 right there. And then from there, you can get access to the 2 14 millimeter bolt right there. One on the left side, one on the right side, right there. Ooh, it's dusty. And this is on my right side. Ooh, it's leaking. Never mind. I thought it's still good, but it's leaking. Before you remove any of the big bottom bolt, the 2 19 millimeter, you're gonna leave one bolt. You can leave this one. I'm sorry, this one's not a 14 but a 12 millimeter. So I'm gonna leave one on, or you can leave one top mount bolt on, so that way when you remove the bottom bolt it doesn't drop. So at least have one here or one on top, so that way when you take them off it doesn't drop. So for the 2 bottom bolt, these are the 2 19 millimeter, but you're not gonna hit it on this side. You're gonna hit it on the one on the nut side, which is this side right here. You're gonna hit it on this side. For the sway bar bolt, this is a 12 millimeter. You're gonna hit it on this side. Remove the nut. There you go. The inside bolt, the 19 millimeter for the low control arm. For that one, you're just gonna break it loose. So right now, all the bolts, I took out all the nut on the other side already, but it's still tight right now because there's a lot of tension. I just need to break that bolt loose and then put a pry bar in here, kind of pry up and down, get a little bit of room and space in the bolt, and that way I can either shoot it out or I can pop the bolts out on this side. So for the inside bolt, you're just gonna break it loose a little bit. That way there's no tension on the low control arm. So that way when you put a pry bar in here, kind of pop it up and down, get a little bit of room to remove the bolt. What I mean by putting a pry bar into the low control arm, I'm gonna kind of, you guys can see I can move it, slightly move it. You can see the shock moving a little bit, and that way I get a little bit of room, and then I can just shoot the bolt out. That's it. Just shoot it out like that. There you go. See the bolt coming out. And I'm gonna do the same thing to the sway bar and the one outside here. You guys remove the all the bolts. You can see this just pops down like that, and then you're just gonna remove either this bolt that you have it still holding the shocks, or the top one. After you remove all the bolt, the shock should come down just like that, and then you can move it out of the way. You guys can see my old one. This is still OEM, finally give out. So everything's the same. Now I'm just gonna put in this one. Now I got my shock in. So I line up the 3 stud with the top 3 holes, and then I push it all the way up, and then you can shoot the 212mm in, and then you can finger tighten the top 3. You're gonna re-tighten it after when you lower the car. So right now I'm gonna put everything back, the 2 low control bolt, the sway bar, and the one on the inside. I'm gonna make sure I have everything aligned, and then I'm gonna put the bolt through. The 219mm, you're gonna put the one with the shock in first. That one's easier, and then you're gonna align this one after. So what I did is I jacked up the low control arm right here, and what I do to get the hole aligned on the shock is I shove the screwdriver on the other side, and then I adjust it, and then I put the bolt through. You don't want to hammer the bolt through, because when you hammer it, you're gonna damage the thread like this. On the other end, you're gonna do this. There you go. You're gonna do that, and you're gonna strip the thread. What you can do is you can just put it hand through, or you can shoot the bolt through, so that way it's better. Now for this one, you can see it's a little bit off. What I did is I put the jack on the low control arm, and I pry it up, and then there you go. You can see the hole is almost aligned right there. I can put the bolt through. Same thing, I can put the screwdriver on the other end of the hole, and then I can adjust it. I can move the knuckle bushing up and down. That way I can adjust it straight, and then I can put the bolt through. Now, if everything is kind of hard for you to align, just or the shock is kind of hard to align, loosen up the 212mm bolt here, and loosen up the other 3, whatever bolt that you have finger tightened down. Loosen it up a little bit, that way it has a little bit of adjustment. Shoot all of them in. Don't forget to tighten the inner control bolt and the 212mm here. You're not gonna tighten the top 3 yet. After you lower the car, and then you can tighten it. For the fender cover, just put it back, and then you're gonna repeat the step on the other side. Now this is my left side I got out. You can see the bushing inside here. You can see it's broken. It's tilted to one side. So that's why every time I go through bumps, it makes that noise go. So there you go, that's the bad. This is my left side, this is my right side. Right side leaking, left side is broken. Now I'm gonna put my other left side in. This one's the good one. I got everything put back and everything is tightened. Now I'm just gonna put the wheel back and then lower the car and tighten the 3 top bolts. I tightened the wheel, I lowered the car already on both sides. Now you're gonna re-tighten the top bolt. You can see when you lowered it, the stud comes up a little bit more. So you can see it's still loose. You're just gonna hit it down. I'm just gonna hit it with the gun. go. It's tight enough. You're gonna do it to both sides and then put back the cover. Now you guys can see there's a lot of gap now. I have a 4-finger gap on my right side. And on my left side, I have a 4-finger gap on my left side. Now it's even. There you go. Now I just gotta take it out on the test drive, double check everything again, and maybe I gotta redo the alignment. As you can see, the old shocks, the right side is leaking, the left side is broken on the bushing right there. That's why it's making all that noise. And on the left side, it kind of sat down a little bit saggy, so that's why I had to replace it. But that is it to this video, guys. So if you guys new to my channel, please help me subscribe. If you guys have any question, comment down below. Ask me anything you want to ask me. I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. But I'll see y'all in the next video. I'm out. Peace.